Hello, this is my mini tutorial series where we're just going to look at one part of one song very briefly for about 4 minutes. I'm just going to give you a flavour of the song, look at one of the trickier parts and how to get through that, and then you can either have a go at the whole song yourself or I'll leave you with a link at the end of the video to both my sing-along and tutorial for that song so you can take it a little bit further if you want to, or like I say, you might just jump straight into it and give it a go yourself. So we're going to look today at Be Our Guest, which is one of Disney's most joyful and hilarious songs. I feel it's just such a fun and fresh song to sing, full of life and energy. So we're going to have a look at the second verse, and it goes a little bit like this. Beef, ragu, cheese souffle, pie and pudding on flambe. We'll prepare and serve with flair a culinary cabaret. You're alone and you're scared, but the banquet's all prepared. No one's gloomy or complaining while the flatware's entertaining. We tell jokes, I do tricks with my fellow candlesticks, and it's all in perfect taste that you can bet. Come on and lift your glass, you've won your own free pass to be our guest, be our guest, be our guest. And you can see straight away there's a whole song wrapped up in just that one verse. There's so much to look at. So if you master that, most of the song is basically following that chord progression and those chord patterns. There is a bit of a bridge in the middle that's different, but most of the song follows a similar layout to that. So if we can master that one verse, you can have a go at the whole song. Also, the first verse does the same thing, but in a very lilting, a very slow, be our guest, be our guest. So it's a nice slow introduction to the song before we go full on into the full strumming there. So the strumming obviously is, if I do it on the G, down, down, up, up, down, up. And don't hold back on it, it's quite a fast one. Beef ragu, cheese souffle, pie and pudding on flambe. So let's jump into the chords, which are the main challenge for this verse. So I want to start with that little loop I've just done. Actually, it's a lovely variation on all the G's that you can have. So it starts with the G, which I assume people can play, but do have a look at it if not. And then we'll look at the G major 7. You flatten your second finger across the C, E, and A strings on the second fret there. It's a lovely variation on the G. So it's a semi-bar there. Then we've got the G6, where we put our first finger on the A string on the second fret and our second finger above it on the C string. So it's basically like a G, but without the third finger on the third fret there. And then back to the G. So once you realise that the G6 is actually 2/3 of the G, and we just add our third finger on the third fret on the E string for the G, then we can easily go from the G6 back to the G. So we've got that lovely loop. Let's just do that slowly with the strumming pattern. Beef ragu, cheese souffle, pie and pudding on flambe. Again. G, G major 7, G6 to the G. So that's the first challenge in the song. Have a look at that little loop that comes up all the time, and it's a lot of fun to play. It's really nice seeing the different versions of a G chord that you can have as well. So that's one challenge there. Then we carry on. We're on the G. We'll prepare and serve with flair up to the E7 there. We'll prepare and serve with flair. So for the E7, just bear in mind that your second finger there, which is on the second fret on the C string, does not need to move. You're going to pivot your first and third finger around from the G to the E7. Keep that second finger in place. We'll prepare and serve with flair a culinary cabaret. For the A minor 7, we lift off, and then the D. Now, it's good to have a strap there for that, because if you're not careful, you don't want to have to support the neck. It's such a fast-moving song. You don't want to have to be thinking about the weight of your ukulele in the neck. You really want to be able to just lift off and maybe just hold it at the back with your thumb, and the strap allows you to do that. If you don't have a strap, you're going to be trying to hold the instrument in your hand. That makes it hard to then go on to the next chord. So we go from the E7 to the A minor 7, a culinary cabaret to the D, which is your second finger on the second fret across the G, C, and E strings. Cabaret, you're alone. Here we've got the A minor, alone and you're scared. And then we've got the A minor major 7. What is that? Don't ask, but you can look it up if you're interested in the musical theory. It's called an A minor major 7. On the chord diagram, it's just 7. A lowercase m, capital M, which stands for major, and then the 7. So we've got the A minor, it's the A minor major 7, which is basically first finger on the first fret on the G string. So we go from the second fret to the first fret. You can either slide your finger down, or it's really easy just to go from second finger to the first finger. You're alone and you're scared, but the banquet's all prepared. And we do that loop again from the A minor 7 to the D. No one's back to the A minor 7, gloomy or complaining, while the flatware's entertaining. And then we've got there the G diminished 7, G dim 7. And that's a lovely chord. So we're going from our A minor 7. Remember, the strap really helps us play that without having to hold the instrument, because here you need to grab the G dim 7, which is your first finger on the A string on the first fret, and the second finger above it on the C string. So you've got to go from nothing to that, which is quite tricky. Where were we? No one's gloomy or complaining. Well, then we go to the D and the D7. Flatware's entertaining. And then we're back to the G loop. We tell jokes, I do tricks with my fellow candlesticks. And it's back to the G6 again. All imperfect. G7 here. Well, why not? Just for extra variation. Taste that you can bet on the A minor 7. Come on. And then we have to jump to the B. Lift your glass, you've won your A minor 7. Own free pass to be our A minor guest. Be our D7 guest, be our G guest. So there's so much to look at there. The only other thing I haven't mentioned that we did very quickly there in passing was to jump to the B. So we've gone from the A minor 7 to the B. And you've really got to be able to just pluck that B out of nowhere. A minor 7, B. So you just got to really get building that muscle memory to get used to just grabbing that B out of nowhere. So that is the verse. That's the second verse as it is. There's 4 verses in total. There's a bit of a bridge in the middle as well. But if you can master all of those chords in that verse, you'll be able to have a go at this song. So do look it up on my channel. I'm going to leave at the end of the video now the link to both the sing-along, where you can just play the whole song if you think you're ready to have a go at it, or the tutorial as well, if you want to learn a bit more about the song in depth and have a bit more of an extended walkthrough. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Please do like and subscribe if you do. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.